nothing. Oh, baby. Ain't it fun?
It is.
You smell good. Oh. That's, we ask, oh, what were you about to talk about? I said, what were you? I don't know. I said, but when we were up to see my dad and her dad, that doesn't mean we're of the same bloodline. It's not the same man.
Oh, God.
Look how happy they are together. They've known each other their whole lives. They know their fucking intricate peeves. I don't know what kind of accent that was. But and then my dad. Go ahead.
I don't even know how that started. I don't even remember how it started, but I don't know. Somebody made more, and it's just a thing between us.
Okay. You see,
and he's like, that's the alligator.
There it is. I thought you were tricking me. I was trying to trick you into remembering when I said, and then you start out with, I don't even know how that started. I thought you were tricking me to try to remember. I'm like, holy shit. And then you start going, and I remembered what we were talking about.
Your dad.
I was, yeah. We went by to see my dad the one day while we were up there, and we did that. And how did it start? I did it as a joke because I saw some sort of nature show where the mating call of the alligators. And so these guys would do that, like if you're calling in turkey or something. But I made that sound. There was something said that was a joke, and I looked at her and I said,
yeah, I didn't know how it started that day.
It was just like that. There was something, I just made a joke between us.
And it, well,
and my
just funny
dad.
to us. It's our joke. It's our meeting call. I don't know. It's an I love you.
When words, what is that extreme song? Sometimes words have no...
Yeah. More than words.
More than words. And so he goes...
And he's like, what did he say? Something like, that's the alligator's mating call.
No. It was, he said Grand Haven or whatever it was. There was maybe a call a while, like Grand Haven or something. He said that when he was a kid, they had like an animal place in town, which moved up north to like Wolverine or something like that. After that, I remember it was the same name, Preserve or something. But there was a guy. He saw this guy. He'd wrestle the alligator, and as soon as we did that,
he said that's how they call them in.
Yeah.
I go, yes, their mating call.
I was shocked.
That's right.
He doesn't even have the internet.
He's going.
He starts doing it. It's
and
like,
they would
I'm getting
right
turned on.
And I'm like,
They come right on in. And then
So funny.
they would get on their back and he would
Yeah.
rub their belly. And I was like, holy crap. I said, do you know? We educated my dad that day. He was a little kid when he saw that. He knew the sound. He knew everything. He saw the mating happen. We only know the story of how it works. And he said that this guy that would wrestle him, he'd do that. That's if you're Donald the Duck or you got some problem, but as an alligator. But yeah, and then they'd come in and they'd roll over on their backs and he'd rub their bellies, and I'm like, this is a sexual experience that's happening here.
Alligators.
And these alligators don't have a single problem with it. It's the difference between a 15-year-old boy and a 15-year-old girl when the gym teacher's hitting on them. If the gym teacher happens to be Mrs. Leonard, oh boy, she was hot. Yeah, that's not even saying anything bad about her. She was.
I love Mrs.
I mean,
Leonard.
she was
great.
and it's not like you can say she was an ugly girl or anything, and that's not what I'm saying at all. She had grandchildren. She was an elderly. She was a fine woman. So make a joke that's. Look at this. We all go to hell in the end. I'm looking at me. Oh my gosh, baby, I love you. You what?
Nothing. I was just going to say Dad taught side by side with her for 30 years. Well, 20
Fantastic
years.
person. So I was just making a joke and they always go. I know, I realized as soon as I said it, it sounded like a terrible thing to say. That's why I tried to cover my tracks. And that's one of those things you just can't take back once somebody hears it. They go, fuck you too.
So then these guys were wrestling these alligators.
Yeah, and
molesting them.
My dad got to see it. I only heard about it.
So wrong.
But we were all connected. And there it is.
Yeah, he was really surprised by all that. He was like,
what? Was taking that in. He hadn't seen the show.
His eyes are all big. He was like, no idea.
He just realized the first time he ever saw porn. A live
sex show.
Yes. Who hasn't seen it? I'd leave the country for it. However, September 17th, baby. 34 years ago today, I graduated basic training. Tough soldier. It was just like, the light was just like this when Chris Riley and I were walking free because our bus didn't show up till the next day and we were just graduated. Walking around in our uniforms and practicing salutes on officers we walked past. You know, tough soldier, sir, tough soldier. And he'd just say tough soldier back, you know. Not like if you're in a place like, well, the 82nd is an example. All the way, sir. And then they just answer airborne, and then you drop yours and they drop theirs because they're superior. They can hold their gun. They're danger right there to the last minute because they're your boss. You fucker. That's why you show your hand. Show you're not carrying a weapon. So yeah, but had some angry Amish woman today telling me that this guy isn't treating us right. When she talked about the military, doesn't take care of you guys. I'm like, what the fuck is he supposed to be taking care of for me? I mean, I could apply for VA benefits, but why take the money from somebody else when I am getting money through my personal occupation. Why can't I pay for myself? I can still be part of the system and give them donations, but that doesn't mean I need to be hooked up. And she's saying, there's so much that I could be abusing, but I don't. And, I'm guessing the reason people complain about that is because they're not even qualified to abuse it. Just
Right.
like the fuck pigs. Am I worried about losing them as subscribers? No. It's the people that are fucking them that I'm worried about, because there are a whole lot of them. Okay, so there's like, it's probably close to an even vote. Whether they're still going to listen to me or keep fucking that pig. Cigarette went out. So, yeah, the angry Amish woman. I heard the word research come out of her mouth today. She said something about something, and I was just sick of listening to her shit, because that's the way that the fucking Trump testers work. They get a bunch of them in a room generally, and then they have one, and they talk all this stuff, and they look at you and go, what do you think? And you say, I don't give a shit about any of it. Before it ever happened, I didn't give a shit about politics. I'm not biased. They're fucking all of you. And this is what you got to remember. This is like stepping into the future. You look at everybody that's angry about everything they talk about. You want to shut them the fuck down? You just smile at them and say this shit. They get confused when somebody smiles when they talk about how fucked up things are, in a way that almost supports what they're saying, but denies it completely. Just say it with a smile, and they don't know how to do it. I don't know if I've ever talked to anybody smiling that punched, while I was smiling, that punched me in the face. It's people that just lose their minds while they're overhearing me. But this bullshit. She said, I'm going to have to research that. I'm like, what do you have to fucking research? It's all out there. Unless you're only watching one thing.
Right.
If you're going to watch just one thing, you might as well be watching us, because we don't really care about who's in the Olympics right now. We only care about who has the nuclear codes and who has had them taken away. We don't even care about that. It'll be a fine day to die. The thing is, people talk about being desensitized. I've been ready for this my whole fucking life. What a fucking mess. You gonna worry about this? What are you gonna do about it? If you don't do anything about it, you can't worry about it. And really, maybe they should research it. Maybe look something up on the internet with that Vixen Bitch News channel. See if they've got anything that talks about this, and if they don't, then it must not be true. Because, well, why would you ignore something if you're the most trusted word? Why would you ignore it? It makes no sense. Especially if you're all vaccinated and you're getting tested every single day, if you're not. Every single day. Versus once a week, which is bad enough. I've never been tested. Well, that's not true. Always positive, in my opinion, but negative in the results. Why listen to these people?